For example, last year, Vodafone, the telecommunication company, they sent out an SMS, a text message, to about 3.5 million of their clients to participate in this national event. So, coming back to your earlier question, yes, partnerships of different partners and different organizations is extremely important, and I think it's our job to combine the interests of different organizations in order to promote our cause, which means to bring everybody to be able and willing to read a book, a newspaper, a magazine, or a digital format. Well, I think it has been much, much easier about 10 years ago, when the CSR budgets of companies were not dealt with in such a restricted way as they're nowadays being dealt with. Part of the success is that we're not primarily looking only for funds. We're looking for joint interest and joint partnerships, and a better understanding also for companies that they only will be able to find new staff members in the future if the literacy rate has increased. And in that respect, I think it is our responsibility to combine the fundraising with the finding partnerships for the program and for our issue. The moment when an organization, a company, for example, or a foundation asks us, like, what is it what you need to have an answer. And the answer is not that, yes, we're dreaming about it to have additional 5 million euros a year, but to say that we, for example, want to equip every single kindergarten in Germany with a book box and with the educational material for the staff members of the kindergarten. And each of those boxes costs 650 euros. And so the answer could be like, if you are supporting kindergartens or communities in your neighborhood of a foundation or a company, why don't you equip every single kindergarten with such a book box? So in other words, we try to have concrete proposals and concrete ideas which are feasible, understandable, and also provide some additional visibility for the sponsor, for the company, for example, because a book box can be handed over to the kindergarten in presence of the press, for example. And that helps a lot. It's a long way. When we started doing fundraising in Germany many, many years ago, we also felt that the atmosphere and the environment for fundraising is constantly changing. For example, there was a time actually when we got support from companies and they gave us 500,000 almost unrestricted funds. So yes, they were connected to specific projects, but nowadays when we get major funding, it means that we have to develop a business plan, that we have to show and demonstrate how we used the funds, and also what the added value was coming from their investment. So nowadays fundraising is almost like writing every day again and again a specific business plan for a specific project. But that, on the other hand, also helps us to define the indicators of success for the project. And it helps not only to demonstrate it to the donor, but it also helps us to demonstrate the success also to our other stakeholders, which are politicians, other foundations, the public in Germany altogether, and of course to our patron, the German president, for example. So the moment when we can say that specific programs have been successful, that is a very strong argument to be able and to be in a better position to raise more funds in the future, maybe from the same organization or from other donors.